r/datingoverthirty. 1000 miles, if I could says. How to tell my date my concerns about going to his place on a third date. I have recently started dating again after my breakup last year. I'm still trying to heal, and that's why I want to move things slower. However, I'm having trouble telling my date that I don't want to get intimate too soon. I don't want to mention that I'm healing because it's personal, and I don't want to give them the impression that I'm just looking for a rebound, which isn't my intention. But it seems like the guys I've been dating all started to invite me over to their places for a second date. I live in a small town, so there aren't many things to do outdoor in winter. Maybe that's why. My date just asked me to go to his for a movie date. I've only been out with him twice, haven't kissed yet, and am wondering if I should bring up my expectations that I would like to come over but not getting intimate without implying that this might be his intention. I've had bad experiences with my last date, where all we did was a goodbye kiss on a second date, and suddenly he came on so strong and wanted to make out all the time on the third date just because I invited him over for watching Super Bowl. Is there a way to communicate this better? I don't want to mislead anyone, but also don't want to appear to accuse them for their intentions in case they just really wanna hang out, because there aren't many outdoor activities that we can do. Edit. Thank you all for your feedback. To clarify, the Super Bowl guy and the movie guy are two different guys. I have expressed to the movie guy that I wanted to take things slow on our second date. But somehow he still kept suggesting home dates. That's why I'm not sure if his intention was really just to chill at home. I've just texted him back that I would want to do something outside for now. Cowboy Rixiedo says, I have been in this position before, and I'm at the point that I just prefer to say I'm not comfortable going to your place yet. I would still love to see you, and then offer alternative ideas. If they are genuinely interested in getting to know you, this should not be a problem for them. Dthoffer Viking says, this right here. Communication is everything. As a guy that has a ton of activities to do at home, board games, art, movies, etc., my genuine interest in inviting someone over is to spend that time with them in a more chill setting. If she wasn't comfortable in that, or felt it was too soon, it would defeat the purpose of having enjoyable time together. So totally not a problem if their intentions aren't just jumping into bed. Danim says, no reason you and your dates couldn't play board games or card games, just bring them with you to the park rather than taking her to yours. Personally, I'd love that. I love card games and board games. Coupon Problem says, personally, keep it in public places until you are ready for the possibility of intimacy. The fact that you are struggling this much to communicate indicates to me you are perhaps not ready to uphold your boundaries in the heat of the moment. It doesn't have to be a whole thing. Just say, actually, can we go out? I'm not ready to do home dates. Let's try this instead. Initial Machine 3037 says, I used to agree to come over, but say that I wasn't ready for intimacy. I can say that it never worked. They always assumed I could be talked into it. I'd just say something like I'd love to come over sometime, but it's early for that for me. I'm someone who likes to take things slow. How about doing this instead? Static Cloud says, ugh, it's almost like a test then. If a guy can't respect that boundary, then he's for the streets. Green Blue Suspenders says, I actually find this as a good litmus test for people though. If you tell them and they don't respect what you've said, then they aren't a great person to date long term anyway. If someone ever tries to pressure, cajole, or talk me into something I don't want, then it's goodbye forever, thank you. r/datingoverthirty. Least Flamingo says, expressing interest, respecting boundaries. I'm realizing I'm a 38 male idiot when it comes to dating. I've actually been pretty good in relationships, and I don't have trouble getting dates or having good dates. It's all the little stuff to show my interest that I'm struggling at. A huge piece of this is insecurity and anxiety. Started therapy to help, but I also am just confused about what is expected and what is not. I know asking is the key, but I can't ask permission before every action. That would kill the romance. So, here is what I'm trying to get advice on or point me in the direction of what to read. You can take little things. Kissing on the first date. To me, either I was respecting boundaries by not pushing this, or even really considering it, unless I was basically getting an invitation. While part of this is insecurity, if someone had sat me down and just told me, hey, if you are on a date and it's going well, this is more of an expectation for most women rather than something you need to be overly worried or overthink. Or, you guys have gone on 3 really good dates, why don't you bring that up as a topic of conversation next time, so you can talk about it? I guess I really just thought these things would naturally happen as we continued dating. No idea what I thought naturally actually looked like in real life. And the idea that they would naturally happen means, for myself, I was likely avoiding initiating it due to insecurity and hoping my date would, unconsciously. So, while I know what I need to work on in therapy, I'm hoping to get some advice or direction, online resource, book, etc. that helps delineate what are typical expected behaviors from guys when they are interested, so I can have a better starting point as to how to come correct. Finally, just so the comments don't overly focus on this, I know that when in doubt I can just ask. I'll be doing that, but like I said, asking about every little thing is not attractive. Kind Stranger 418 says, there are lots of ways to ask for consent without words. I often hold out my hand, offering to hold hands. They can take it or not. Hold out my arm, as if to wrap it around them. They can lean in or not. I'm always asking, do you like that? Or is that okay early on in physical interactions? And telling them they can tell me no, and I won't be mad, an experience many women seem to have had. Especially if I sense any discomfort, and I have no problem completely stopping. It's never once ruined the mood/romance I ask for a kiss if I sense any hesitancy or potential for rejection. And I have been turned down. And that's okay. I've even asked if I can kiss someone when I met them. We had been talking for a couple weeks. Snarl Marks says, fellow introvert/dating idiot here. You don't even need to ask necessarily, I'd really like to kiss you or this has gone so well I'd love to end the night with a kiss or something in that vein. States your interest and leaves space for the other to consent or not. I got a few polite declines, but nobody's batting 1.000. And the approach was generally well received. Honestly, this refrain, from a question that felt rooted in insecurity to a statement that confidently communicated what I wanted, helped me immensely back when I was dating. Blondine Toxic says, if you're just getting to know someone, there is nothing at all wrong with asking about something like a kiss, and it absolutely does not ruin the mood. Unspecified Dude says, I like to say I want to kiss you rather than asking, is it okay if I kiss you? They still have the opportunity to say yes or no, and I think it sounds more confident/romantic. Same with other moves, I kinda wanna invite myself over, or why don't we undress you, etc. There's always a way to ask for permission without making it sound like you're asking for permission. Current Creed 4079 says, consent is sexy. And you can do it in a flirtatious way like a previous commenter suggested. I really want to kiss you right now. Another one I saw that I thought was cute. I wonder what it would feel like if we kissed right now. Got that from a dating app page. I've had great first dates and no kissing involved. If you can't really tell, but you really want to, asking for consent is key. Some people think they know how to read people and they've read people wrong. There's plenty of stories where someone went in for a kiss and got a no thanks or got dodged cause the other person wasn't ready for that step. r/datingoverthirty. Dayagiha says. He said he needs space to work on himself. I 33 female, met a guy 32 male, at school. We have mutual friend who introduced us to know each other before school started this January. We've never met before January. And we are also neighbors, accidentally choose the same location. After we met, he asked me to hang out almost every day. We are in school, so we also see each other in school, but not in the same class. In mid-January, he told me he had a crush on me and made a move, kissed me. I was shocked, but I also liked him, so I went along with it. After that he calls me after class and we hang out, study together, also go to school parties together. He initiated 95% of the time we hang out. This past Saturday he slept over at mine, but then we had a talk. He said he really likes me and he wants to see me whenever he is free, and he thought about me all the time. But he feels he's losing himself and he feels he depends on me since he's not as social as me. He also mentioned he didn't want to be too affectionate or feel really all over me nor want to have a lot of sex. And he was also behaving like a child with me. He felt it was weird. So we sat on it and had another talk. I made plan for us to see each other 3 times a week and slow down a bit, see how we feel. He likes the plan and said we should do it. Then on Monday he texted me, said, "Have a great day." We chatted briefly at school. But I felt later the day he stopped answering my text. Didn't text much. Yesterday I saw him, then I tried to say hi, but he avoided me and felt very uncomfortable. Then he texted me, said he needs to take some time for himself for his mental health and he needs space. I said absolutely, but would like to chat quick to clarify, and he just told me he really needs space. I don't think I will contact him. But I'm so confused because he was the one made the move, setting the pace, and I just went with it. Now he needs space after a month and a half. What does this mean? Left Process 1401 says. People use people for a variety of reasons. Give him all the space he needs and proceed with your life. At some point in life the art of detachment has to be learned. Shadowbots says. Are the classic working on myself excuse. Soil and Soliloquy says. What men call post-nut clarity. He realized, in a way, that only seems to occur to them after sex, that sex was the only thing he was looking for. And now, satisfied, he is out. I would let him go, sees. Good luck. Massive Path 6202 says. 98% chance he's slow dumping you. 97% chance there's someone else he wants time to see while still having access to sex with you. Also, he's shitty to sleep over at your place and then tell you he wants to slow things down, so he's a verified jerk. My advice is that you should end it. Say it looks like it's not working for you and this new status quo doesn't work for me. When people are confused, it almost always is because the other person is playing them. 420 Lifestylers says. My ex is 37 and did basically the same thing. Blindsided me saying he wants to work on himself and held resentment against me. He never expressed any resentment before though. I went into therapy and learned a lot of his behavior traits correlate with codependent tendencies. I have some too that I'm now working on. Reading all of these responses has been super helpful, so thank you all for your insight. Good luck to you op. Junior Mix 1613 says. Sounds like he is working things out for himself. I think you're right to give him space. Nabashore says. I agree with the comment stating you need to focus on whether or not it works for you instead of why something worked out a certain way. Sometimes others' choices don't make sense to us. I'm sure you'll find someone great who is able to give you what you need. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.